Now to the story of two women who lost their babies immediately after birth at the Falmouth General Hospital in Trelawney. The women blamed the medical staff for the deaths of their babies and want something done so others don't experience the trauma they did. As Giovanni Dennis reports, one of the women is now taking legal action.
Sabrina Brown and Dana Thorpe are bonded by the shared horror of losing their babies shortly after birth. Same hospital, similar circumstances. When we spoke with 22-year-old Sabrina in October 2020, it was just 3 months after her baby died. The wounds still fresh.
I am completely heartbroken from that day onwards. I'm trying to cope, I'm trying to move past it, but I don't know how I'm going to do that.
That's because many questions are still unanswered. Poor service from she was admitted, including her experience with the nurses when she was in labor.
She stated that, "Mother, see the baby head here, see the baby head here. You need to push, you need to push, you need to push." And I'm saying to her nurse, I'm getting weak because I'm asthmatic. I'm getting weak. And she said, you need to push, you need to push. And she spunked me on my leg like this. And she said, you need to push, you need to push. And she said, see it there, mother, the baby do inside of you. The baby do inside of you. I'm going to make the baby dead and something. And she was like, oh, since you need a man doctor to look after you, doctor, when you're done, you can help me.
She was then told to go on her knees, then her side, but no progress. Then a bed change.
She told me to move to the other bed. And I moved to the other bed. They did not move me. I moved by myself to the other bed. And I was there, and I was pushing, and I was pushing, and I was pushing, nothing. And then the nurse, she came on the bed, she hooked me up like this, and her hand was in my belly like this. And she was pumping, and she was pumping, and she was pumping, nothing. I had no idea when I went on oxygen because I was back out through the process of some.
Staff took turns pumping unsuccessfully. The doctor said they would have to cut her.
I heard him say, I'm going to slice you. And I said, okay. And he sliced me. And the nurse, she started pumping again and pumping again. And the baby head came out, and the doc go like this and took out the baby.
There was then an emergency operation. She never saw her baby alive.
And then afterwards, the doctor came, and he touched me on my shoulder like this, and he said, mother, sorry, but the baby didn't make it. And I started to cry.
She was referred for counseling, went twice, waited for hours. No counselor showed up. Frustrated, she is still seeking answers from the Falmouth General Hospital. 18 months prior, in December 2018, a similar story for Dana Thorpe.
A nurse just jumped up on the bed and she started pumping my belly, pumping my belly, pumping my belly, pumping, and there was nothing. No, she never said anything. She just jumped up on the bed, knelt down, and started to do this, pumping, 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 pumping. And then she rests her back. And then she said, nothing is coming. And she pumping, 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 and she never said anything to me. There was nothing, nobody said anything.
She was then turned on the bed.
His head was in her hand, and his head just wobbled like this. And I just lose hope because I said, Jesus Christ Almighty, I'm not alive because nobody had no spin like that. Nobody had no spin. So from there, I know say something wrong. He came down cry. He had just spin like what? I never feel nothing. He just spin in her hand. And it started again.
The pumping continued until she couldn't breathe. Like Sabrina, she had to be cut for delivery. Her baby boy died 5 minutes after he was born.
It felt surreal. It felt like a dream, a bad dream. Disbelief is not even the word.
To provide quality preventative, curative, and rehabilitative health care is the essence of the mission statement here at the Falmouth Public Hospital in Trelawney. However, the two mothers we spoke with insist they received nothing of the sort. Sabrina wants to forget her ordeal. Dana, though, is now suing the hospital for medical malpractice.
Really and truly, I wanted an apology. I wanted acknowledgement. and an apology. I wanted them to look me dead in my eyes and tell me that it was their fault. They messed up. They made bad decisions. Because this I know from the autopsy.
The doctor who performed the autopsy shared with her that her son was healthy, noting that the mode of delivery caused his death. Dana's baby was macrosomic, meaning he was bigger than normal. There are concerns, though, as to why there wasn't a C-section. Early in her pregnancy, it was recommended that she be tested for gestational diabetes. That didn't happen, though her blood sugar levels were elevated. Dana has had another baby since via C-section because the doctor who did her son's autopsy insisted she be tested for gestational diabetes if she becomes pregnant again. She did, and she had it. Her private doctors argue her gestational diabetes was undiagnosed during the pregnancy for the baby that died. The senior medical officer as well as the CEO of the hospital were unavailable for comment when we visited. The regional director at the Western Regional Health Authority, Errol Green, said he preferred not to comment since the matter was before the court. Data from the Western Regional Health Authority show there have been 10 neonatal deaths at the Falmouth General Hospital between 2015 and up to October 2020. Giovanni Dennis, TVJ News.